Hello again, first grade. It's Miss Langford here for your next art lesson. Now, we're going to do a wintry type of picture today. I know it's not quite winter yet, but we did have some snow the other day. So, we're going to make a picture of a hibernating bear. So, if you don't know, most bears go to sleep for long periods of time during the winter. So we're going to draw a sleeping bear who is getting woken up by another animal. So today we'll do the first part, and then the next time we'll finish it. So for today, you need a big black piece of paper. This is the cave that the bear is sleeping in. And you need a regular size piece of white paper. This is going to be the bear's blanket. So it's kind of a pretend picture because bears don't really use blankets, do they? So you'll also need something to color with and a glue stick for today. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is make a blanket for the bear. So I was thinking maybe like a quilt. Now, a quilt is a blanket that is sometimes made of little squares that have patterns on them. Okay, so I'm going to divide my paper into some squares or rectangles, and then I'm going to start making a pattern. So I'll show you a couple before we start. So this one just has snowflakes on it. And this one has trees and snow. And then this one just has a design on it. Okay, so I'm going to move my black paper for right now and work on this white paper. Now, this is actually the top of the blanket. You might think it's here, but this will actually be the top that the bear pulls up close to its face. So when we draw, we want to turn our paper so we're drawing this way. Like I didn't do that with the trees. So now when it gets glued on, the trees are going to be, instead of facing this way, like most blankets do, the trees will be the opposite way. Anyway, so I'm going to take a black marker and I'm going to divide my paper. So I am holding my paper sideways. I'm looking for the middle of the paper, and the lines don't have to be perfect, but I'm going to draw a line down the middle, and then I'm going to look halfway between this section and draw another line and do the same thing over here so that the squares are almost the same size. And now I'm going to turn my paper, and I'm only going to draw 2 lines this time. So I'm looking to see how I can make them about the same size. And then I just draw my lines down. Okay, so then you want to turn your paper back so it's sideways. And you want to think about, what do you want to draw? Do you want to do little pictures in each one? Do you want to do some kind of a pattern? So I have 4 markers. I have a light green and a dark green and a light blue and a dark blue. And so I thought today I would just do some kind of a design. So I'm going to start with the bigger, these are a little bit bigger. I'm going to start with these first. So maybe I'll just do some wavy lines that I can keep going all the way down. And then it would be the same over here in the next set of squares, and then again over here in the next set. And then, let's see, I'll use the light blue, and I think actually, I think we want to have our paper the tall way. Now I'm confusing myself. All right, I'm just going to keep going. So I'm going to do some, just going to do some dots with my blue. Now you see this one's a little bit smaller, so I can't fit 3 dots on there, and that's okay.
Please excuse the interruption. Deb Bryce, 2102, please. Deb Bryce, 2102.
So you see how I'm trying to make it the same all the way down. Okay, and then maybe I'll take my light green and I'll do another set of wavy lines. And then I'm going to use my dark blue. And this time I'm going to do triangles. So they're just going to go right under where the dots are. All right. Now remember, you can do whatever designs you want. I'm just showing you an example. Okay, so then let's say I don't want it to be white. I can take a crayon or a colored pencil and I can change the color of the background. So here I have a greenish color. And I could just, I could color different sections, or I can just color over the whole thing to make it a different color than white. So all my other ones I drew, I left them white. But since I didn't put big designs on this one, I feel like it needs some more color. So I'm just going to color right over top of the marker. And it's good to use a different thing than, so I use marker. It's better to use something like crayon to color the background then, because it doesn't really change the way the marker looks. As long as you're not using a really dark color. Oh, my arm's getting tired. I had to go to the doctor yesterday, and they said, you need to get a tetanus shot. So I did, and now my arm's a little sore today. Did that ever happen to you? Alright, so now I have my blanket finished. And remember, you can always pause the video if you didn't finish yours yet. And then just start it when you get caught up. So I'm going to get my black paper back here. And I need my white paper, or the paper I just colored. And I need my glue. So what I want to do is make sure when I glue this, I get it right in the bottom corner. So there's no black showing over here, and there's no black showing at the bottom. And it's fine if there's some at the top. Okay? So now I'm going to take my time and glue it on, because I want to make sure I line it up correctly before I stick it on there. Okay, so now that is glued on. So we have a little bit of time left. So I'm going to show you how to make it look like this is the inside of the cave, but there is an outside part. So I'm going to use white. You could use a white crayon or a white color pencil. And I'm going to start, let's say halfway. So I found the halfway between this side. And I'm going to just do, because caves are kind of rocky, just going to do like a rocky outline like that. And then I'm going to color over this with white. Now my arm's going to get tired again. So, yes, we're pretending that there's snow outside the cave since it's winter. That's why we're coloring it white. And if you didn't want to color this whole thing, we could have cut a piece of white paper out and glued it on there too. All right. So now I'm just going to take my green, and I want to put a couple trees, but I want them to be farther away, so I'm going to draw them small. So I'm using my green colored pencil. And these are pine trees, so I'm just kind of making them look like triangles. If you want to draw a different kind of tree, you can. And then I'm going to use my brown to just give them little trunks. And maybe just do kind of a darker white line to show that the trees are in the background. Okay, that makes them look a little further away. And if you want to add a little white on top of your green, it might make it look like there's some snow on the trees. Or it just might make the trees look like they are more pine trees. Okay? Alright, so next time you'll need all of this, and we'll be using a brown piece of paper, and we're going to make our bear and another animal. It's a surprise. Okay? All right, so I will see you next time. Bye.